Marvel Rivals tier list for season 8. Um, I mean, let's just get into it. I decided to do this just because, so whatever. Adam, there are better supports. He's a bit mid at the moment. Like, Sorbond is still, like, really good. His ult can be literally, game changing. But there are just so many better supports. He gets outmatched a lot of the time. So yeah, you get to see Angela. Ooh, Angela. There we go. Yeah, see, a lot of people think she's like really weak at the moment. I don't think she's as bad as everyone says, but she's definitely in a rough spot. And the Dino just gets absolutely. She just absolutely just gets demolished by the Dino. So yeah. Yeah, we're putting Burr in D. We have Black Cat in the game now. She does what he does so much better. There's no point in playing BP. Yeah, these two need no explanation. They're just shit. Cap. I think he's probably the best dive tank at the moment. I'm not sure as to whether I want to put him in B because he still doesn't have the animation cancel. But I'd say he's better into the Dino than Venom. So I mean, this might be a bit controversial, but I'm gonna put him in A. I think he's not that bad. Either C or B. I used to play a lot of Cloak and Dagger, not anymore. Yeah, Generational Fall Off. I'll put her in B because I play on controller, so it's easier for me. But she's realistically more probably a C. Still an S. This guy, Daredevil. So they've nerfed him so many times, and he's still insanely good. So I don't know if this has multiple Deadpools or if it's just this one. So we'll just treat this as tank pool. We'll put him in C. I think he's alright, but I mean, I just think the Dino sort of destroys him. So yeah, Strange. Yeah, he stays in C. Yeah, this he's basically just used for the portal. Emma, I don't think she's S anymore, but I think she's still pretty good. I'm putting her in A. Gambit, Permabam, put him in S. Groot, S. Hawkeye, D. This guy sort of fell off, but he can sort of be brought back with just like a small buff. Like, he's one of those characters that, like, if you just buff him a little bit, he probably goes back to B instantly at least. So I think he's alright. Hela, probably an A. I don't think she's as good as Phoenix, but she is pretty good still. So yeah. Hulk, I'm gonna put him in B. He just needs to be like so far up, and the Dino just does a better job of being close. And I mean, he just gets punished a lot of the time. He's just not like he is good, but he just gets outclassed. So he goes in B. Yeah. In fact, we'll do Iron Man right now as well. Put him into D. Yeah, and with Storm will go in once we get to her. The Flyers just aren't in a good spot at the moment, especially with like Phoenix and stuff. So yeah, put them in D. Invis, I reckon it's probably A. She's not as good as Gambit, but she's still pretty good, so she gets an A. Iron Fist, probably D. So I'm doing this on my phone, so we have very limited spaces. This could get bad quickly. Yeah, probably a D. Well, he could go and C actually. It just more depends, like, because like same with BP. He just gets outclassed by like Black Cat and Magic, mainly Black Cat, but still Magic. But I don't think he's as bad as BP, so I'm gonna put him in C. Jeff, unironically, actually pretty good right now. I don't know why. He just is. Is he on the same level as Invis though? I think she's probably better than him. But he is actually pretty good. But realistically, because it's Jeff, I'm gonna put him in B because I think he probably is a B. Loki, I don't see all that much. I don't know why. I don't see him that much though. Probably because like Gambit is permabanned, so you don't get like double Gambit ult. But he's still pretty good. He's still A, I reckon. Luna, either an A or an S. Not gonna lie. It's Luna. She's still like really good. She's still really solid. I'm gonna put her in. I'm gonna put her in. I'm gonna put her in A. No, I'm gonna put her in S. She is still like really strong. And that freeze is so annoying. Magic, probably an A. She's not as good as Black Cat. But she's still pretty good. I think she's probably an A. Mag, I mean, I reckon he's probably A. He gets completely destroyed by the dinosaur. He cannot stand up against a dinosaur. He's really bad. Well, he's not really bad, but he does get destroyed by it. So yeah. But the dino is also always permabanned as well as Gambit. So I feel like he's probably an A. Like, he's still Mag. He's still really good, and I think like every single like sort of role, as in like brawl, tank, brawl, dive, and poke at the moment are like still pretty strong. Like all of them. There isn't like in my opinion like a standout. So I think because he's still like probably the best. Well, nah, that's Groot, but he's still probably the best like poke tank. So sorry, there's something funny. So yeah, I think he's probably an A. Mantis, she's probably an A, realistically, but she just gets outclassed. Yeah, she just gets completely outclassed by a lot of others. Like, there's no point in playing Mantis instead of Gambit, or White Fox, who we'll get onto later, because this tier list only goes up to season 6, so I had to add the characters later on. It was kind of annoying, but whatever. I'm tempted on putting him in D, but he's probably realistically a C. I mean, it's just no. I am tempted on putting him in D, but I don't think he's as bad as those ones. I could put him at the top of D. I'm going to leave him at C for the moment, but he is kind of bad right now. I'm not gonna lie, he is kind of bad. Nah, I'm gonna put him top of D. He is kind of bad, not gonna lie. Unironically, I think he's actually pretty decent right now. I don't know why. To be honest, I haven't really played the game all that much for the past few seasons. I've not really been that interested. But when I came back, I don't know why. It's just like I've seen him much more often. And maybe they've just gotten better or something. But suddenly he's actually something decent. I think he's situational too. I don't think he's a pick that you play like every single second. He's more situational, and I think if you just target him, he does sort of fall over. But if you don't target him, he can actually fucking destroy. So yeah, I'm gonna put Moon Knight into A. Namor, he goes into B. This he's still alright against the dive, like dive DPS, but I mean, he's just fine at the moment. Like everyone's just better. There's no point in like picking him over something else, unless like they've got a Spider-Man, for example, and he's just absolutely demolishing everyone. You might still want to go him. But yeah, Penny, either C or B. I used to play a lot of Penny. I'm gonna put her in B. I used to play a lot of Penny, and like I used to main her, and I mean, I do think the new Nest where it can like help your team as well is much better. She's still Penny though. She still has literally the worst ult in the entire game, I'd say. It is terrible. It would literally become 10 times better if you just had the ability to like cancel it. Literally, it would become 10 times better because what I used to do is like I'd use it in order to like escape. But like I mean, there's just no point in like playing her. Well, no, that is. She's pretty good with the dino. It's just like, there's no point in using it. That's what I mean. There's no point in using a ult unless you're using it to escape because it is shit. It is so shit. And for example, once you go back and you get to your team, you have literally nothing to do. Like if you've got 8 seconds left on the clock and you're back with your team, you can't do anything for that 8 seconds. And then it takes like an extra second to go out of the animation of the ult. And so in total, you've wasted 9 seconds where you're just doing absolutely nothing because you can't even place your nest down. So it is literally the worst ult in the entire game and can become 10 times better with just the ability to be able to cancel it. I mean, I'd prefer if they just changed it or made you CC immune because there's so much CC in this game. And for such a Buns character mostly, she should become CC immune. Or at least be able to cancel it. It's so bad. It's actually terrible. But going from someone who's so bad to somebody who's so good, we got Phoenix. I don't know why, but they buffed her primary. I mean, I play on controller, so it is harder for me to hit shots than it is for PC players. So I can see why. And I mean, some people just aren't as mechanical, and so once you hit the shots, it's more rewarding. But they nerfed the explosion one. Like I don't know what. I don't really play Phoenix. But they nerfed that a little bit. So now she's much more skill based. She's still insane though. Like buffing the primary was completely the wrong call. Yeah, I don't think I should really speak much more, because I'm sort of getting annoyed. Yeah, A, she's still pretty solid. Like, as I'm gonna say for basically all of the Dive characters, they just get outplayed by Black Cat, but she's still pretty solid. A, she's better than like Cloak and Dagger and stuff like that, so she's not B. Rocket, unironically, and S, they buff the hell out of him, and now he's actually insane. He destroys the dino. If you're like a support main like me now, and you want someone who's like really good against the dino, play Rocket. He's actually insane. He's crazy. He's crazy. Yeah. Rogue B. If you have the Gambit team up, she goes up to at least an A, possibly an S. She is actually really good with the Gambit team up. However, Gambit is permaban. And I mean like she is like fine on her own, but I'm ranking people individually. So yeah, she's good. Yeah, she's good like with the Gambit team up, but on her own, she's realistically just more a B. There are other tanks that just give you more value for less work. There's no point in picking her over like Emma, and definitely no point in picking her over Groot. That guy can literally be played on like every single map, and he always gets value. So yeah, going all the way down here, we go to D. Yep. We don't need to explain. It's just while we're here. F. She's shit. Simple as. She's shit. Spider-Man. I don't see many Spider-Man, but when I do, he's actually insane. He rolls everyone. Somehow. Like, I never thought I'd see the day, but I'm gonna put him in A. I mean, that might be a bit controversial, but I think he is actually an A. I think he's pretty solid. Star-Lord, this guy got buffed so much. He got an extra 10 bullets in his mag, and you might think, oh, it's only 10 bullets. And he doesn't get it for his ult. His ult stays at 40, I'm pretty sure. But he can one-clip Ballooner. He's insane. Yeah, Star-Lord goes an S. D for Storm. We said this before. Once we go on to Storm, we're putting her in D. All the flyers are just in a really rough spot at the moment. There's so many like hit scan characters who are really strong, and you cannot get the. I firmly believe you cannot get the same value you can get from from like a Phoenix with Storm, for example. Like you just simply can't. There's no point in paying her over Phoenix. So yeah, so I'm a little bit ill, to be honest. So my voice isn't the best right now. Punisher, probably an A. I saw some people putting him in S. Like I watched a Flats tier list yesterday, or maybe it was earlier today. It was like possibly midnight. And he put him in S, and like I can see why. The Dino team up isn't really used, but like if you're all on point, you might as well use it because of the damage reduction. And it's like Flat said, it's not just the shotgun that is useful now. It's his whole kit. But is he realistically on the same level as Phoenix? No. That's why he gets an A. He's still good. He's still really good. But he gets an A. He's not on the same level as Phoenix. Thing probably gets an A as well. He's alright with the Dino. But and he also does all right into Dino. But I feel like the Dino does his job just so much easier with more value to the point that he becomes obsolete. So yeah, he goes in with the dive DPS. He gets an A because he's still good, but there's someone that does it better. Same with Thor. What I said earlier about Cap being the best dive tank. I mean, he probably isn't. I mean, he might be, but Thor is still in A. They made his like kidnap a little bit harder. And I mean, compared to the Dino, his kidnap isn't as good. But you can still kidnap. I think if they got rid of the kidnap, he'd go down to B. But he still has it. He's still good. He's still solid. So yeah, Mugus and A. Ultron. Jeff is pretty good right now, but he's not on the level of Invis. Ultron, I think, is alright. I think he has a bit of value. I think he's fine. But there are so many other supports that are so much better than him. Double Drone was the right call. But I played a game of Ultron yesterday, and I was at MVP. But I feel like the amount of things I did that I could have done so much easier on a different support, it doesn't really warrant it. So I'm gonna put him in B. I think he's fine, but realistically, just play someone else. Simple as, just play someone else. Venom a B. I think he's not as good as Cap. Yeah, he's not as good as Cap, and I think Wally is pretty good. He's more just mid at the moment. He does sort of get destroyed by the Dino. Not as badly as Mag, I don't think, but he does sort of get destroyed a little bit. So we're gonna put him in a B. B's still solid. B doesn't mean he's like bad or anything, but he is not as good at the moment. Bucky, I think he's a B actually, which is weird because like Bucky used to be an A or an S, but I think he's a B now. I don't see much of him, and I think with for example, here's a good example. Well, I mean, for example, we got Star-Lord and S. Star-Lord's doing pretty well at the moment. Star-Lord's doing really well. We're gonna have. We might as well put. Yeah, we might as well do these ones right now. All of these guys are an S. They're all really good, and there's no point in playing Bucky over Star-Lord right now. Bucky is still pretty good because of the kidnap, like Thor. But I don't know what it is. I think they probably nerfed him. But after coming back to the game, after playing a little bit, he's just not as good as he was. I don't know if that's because they nerfed him or because of like power creep or something like that. But he's just not as good as he was. He gets a B, and I think the same for Wolverine. I mean, the kidnap's still there. Like, I mean, they're obviously not going to get rid of the kidnap, but I think he does not get as much value as he used to. Especially now with the Dino. I mean, he's just better than everyone. To be honest, he's better than everyone. I mean, if I were to sort this, what I'd do, Dino at number one. There we go. Then probably Groot. Then probably Groot. Finally. Then probably Gambit. No, probably Gambit, then Groot. Then Phoenix. Hello? There we go. Then Daredevil. I'll probably put... I think she's probably better than Daredevil. Then probably Rocket. No, probably Star-Lord, then Rocket. And then probably you up here. I think that's probably fair. Emma probably at the top of A. Followed probably by Punisher. Like I said, he's pretty good. She's probably like here. No, is she better than Punisher? I think she's probably better than Punisher. Oh, I put her 2. Yeah, and then probably no. Luke is probably the better than Magic, but I think Mac's probably better than Magic as well. Probably bottom of A. Probably better. Probably better. Probably better. I'd probably put no. I'd probably put Bucky. No, I don't really order tier lists. Well, to be honest, this is my first one, so I don't really do tier lists. So I don't really know how to order them. So, alright. I mean, these ones, they're basically fighting for bottom place anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Right, so the first, like, A and S are ordered. The rest aren't. But I mean, these ones are the more important ones in my opinion. So yeah, that's it. That's the tier list. Let me know what you think. I think it would probably be better if I did this on a laptop, but I guess it's too late. Just quickly, it was only one Deadpool, so we'll do DPS pool, probably an A. I think he's actually pretty good. I'd probably put him between Psylocke and Thor. He's pretty fine. And then we put tank pool into C, and we put support pool into B. There's better supports. The Dino does really well against Deadpool. I forgot his name for a second there. So yeah, there's no point in playing tank pool there. So yeah, he gets to C. But yeah, that's the tier list. Let me know what you think. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm an idiot. Just be sure to let me give a good reason. Give a good reason. But yeah, see ya.